Buenas tardes, muchas gracias por la bienvenida.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for the welcome. First of all, allow us to introduce ourselves. We come from Gestiona. We are a facility management service provision company with over 20 years in Peru. We have presence nationally and we are market leaders. Recently, we have just obtained the ISO 41001 standard, the first company in Peru and Latin America to have that standard. And now we're coming to share that our experience in technology and sustainability and what we have applied with our customers. First of all, it is true that technology and sustainability are two concepts that are very closely linked today. And the challenge is to see how these concepts can be conveyed to facility management. So technology has played a key role on the care for the environment, social and economic development, and also, why not, to the management of to facility management. We know that the technological advances, the development of the information and communication technologies are really helping with different resources. And we have to find a way to translate those efficiencies into the management so that we can actually have real estate or facilities that are better managed, that are more comfortable, that offer better quality of life for those who interact with those facilities. It is also true that, fortunately, we can see nowadays better awareness, we could say, globally, with regards to the use of technology. And that is the challenge that came to us as facility managers, to try and capture the interest that our customers have on technology and try to portray it in the buildings. And for that, we will need to take certain things into consideration: reusing, recycling, for instance, looking after the natural resources, and why not everything that has to do with energy efficiency. There are some basic or key concepts when we talk about sustainability, technology, and facility management, and those are mainly related to the replacement on the one hand. So technology must try to promote the use of renewable resources and biodegradable materials. Also, technology needs to be sustainable in itself. It has to be able to predict the equipment aging so that we can have a plan and convey that to the teams that manage the buildings. And finally, efficiency, both resource efficiency and energy efficiency. I'm sure we've asked ourselves, so we talk about technology, we talk about sustainability. What are the tasks that can be carried out by FMs, and what are the tasks that should be in charge of technology? Well, we could say that we could use as much technology as possible. That could be an approach, and give the facility manager the strategic role of planning operationally and strategically. And then what will we get? Well, on the one hand, we'll have lots of information, because through the use of many connected devices, our managers will be able to play that role and they'll be able to analyze that information. But we can't just stay there. We also have to propose solutions and implement them. Technology and its advances have allowed us to improve our quality of life. That goes without saying. In fact, when the IT systems and the ICTs allowed us to implement efficiencies, they've been for the better, and they've allowed us to do a smart management of those facilities. Some previous presentations spoke about some technologies that can be used today. In fact, in our experience, when we have tried to implement those technologies with the customers, sometimes we've had the difficulty of not knowing where to start. Because that's the paradox. Sometimes in the companies do want efficiencies, but not so much focused on the SDGs. And so that's why some of the recommendations would be to use technologies that have already been used in the world, such as the Internet of Things, big data, cloud computing, AI, VR, and many others that we could share with you. It's true that technology is an ally to accelerate and comply with the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. When we talk about the most important or the most relevant factors, I could talk about many things, but in order to focus on some of them, I think we could talk about the environmental impact, technologies applied to sustainability, social responsibility, and a better future. On the other hand, the technology is playing an increasingly relevant role to respond to the different challenges we have. And therefore, technology must contribute to the management, to the facility management in terms of sustainability in these areas, specifically reduce hunger and poverty. Well, we are a service provider and we want to be a support department for all those companies that, for instance, give financial services. And one of the key challenges is, in fact, for the population to have greater access to digital banking systems. It has been demonstrated that poverty is reduced when people have access to financial services. Create jobs. Obviously, technology can promote the creation of new jobs. In fact, it also promotes social and economic development. Reduce inequalities. Well, the big challenge here comes from trying to make sure that knowledge goes to the more disadvantaged. It is true that in developed countries and continents such as Europe, the inequality or the access to the internet and the gap between men and women in terms of access to internet doesn't exist. But in countries such as mine, Peru, that is not the case. For instance, according to the ILO, only 33% of men and 19% of women have access to the internet. So there is a lot of work to do. We have to optimize resources. Obviously, we talk about technology, we promote the use of technology, but electronic waste has increased. We need to have policies that are related to how to manage that waste. And finally, improving the educational systems. There are several initiatives worldwide relating to promoting digital skills amongst the young, especially for the 2030. And I think that is the great effort, and we as facilitators, we need to make sure that we can help companies that we provide services to in this task. I had already said that one of the great challenges that facility management services providers have is to put into practice the initiatives that have been identified. Well, in Gestiona for many years now, we have the objective of creating a value products and services through our management platform. With this platform, we are able to do the recording, registration, follow-up, and closing of all the events in our customers. We are able to do preventative and corrective maintenance. We are able to relate it to the inventory of the equipments. We have also created an area focused on, it's mainly for technicians and inspectors, so that in real time they can do online recordings of the incidents that they see, or of the things that they want to give greater visibility to. They can even upload pictures. And finally, data analysis. Supported by Power BI, we try to develop customized indicators for each customer. So we want to manage the whole system and the world of our customers. But not only that, we also committed to technology, and that's why we have created additional modules such as facial recognition. In fact, this one was highly demanded due to the pandemic. Through face recognition and temperature taking sensors. And also we've developed one area that is twofold. Firstly, related to AC systems. And in that first stage that we already have implemented, we are able to control some basic characteristics of air conditioning. On and off, temperature setting, the schedule of the systems themselves, the air conditioning systems themselves. And that's for multiple brands. We have sensors and we can connect to any equipment regardless of the brand. And the second half of it, or the second side of it, is related to having more technical information, so that that information can allow technicians to make a more exact analysis and may be able to do predictions and possibly preventive maintenance. And then we have energy monitoring. And what is it about? Well, these are sensors that are installed in the electricity panels in the buildings, and therefore we are able to obtain information about different aspects: energy consumption, kilowatts hour, voltage, current. We can see load changes, etc. I wanted to share with you a video of the platform, the EDI platform, where we can see some of the success cases we've had with our customers.
Jorge, ¿me escuchan?
Can you hear me? Yeah, we can hear you, Alfredo. Go ahead.
¿Cómo están? Buenas tardes. De acá de...
Good afternoon. Good morning from Lima, Peru. My name is Alfredo Lee, responsible of the Banco in Peru. I'm really sorry, his connection is really bad and his sound comes in and out.
Un poco comentarles, ¿no? Una vez me preguntaron
Once they asked me what facility management, and it's like, I'm really sorry, I can't hear him very well. He's talking about volcano that's in the north of Ecuador.
¿no? Un poco de historia o curiosidad que una vez me preguntaron. El grupo Pichincha cuenta con 116
Pichincha has 116 years of creation. We are present in 6 countries and in 2 continents, and we aim for diversity and inclusion. The Pichincha group has been one of the 3 parties to participate in the basic responsible banking principles, a UN initiative to ratify the commitment to responsibility and the best environmental practices.
Comentamos también que en España,
In Spain, we have eBank, also linked to this UN initiative. It's a 100% digital bank. It's part of the Pichincha group for the last 5 years and is connected to mainly digital loans.
¿no? Respecto a Banco Pichincha Perú,
The Pichincha Bank in Peru, we've been in the market for many years. And in 2018, we became part of the group Pichincha, and we took on the name. Before we were called Banco Financiero. We are focused on the retail banking and SME banking in the national territory. His sound comes and goes, so I'm doing my best. In Peru, we are also searching for diversity and inclusion, and we were the first bank in Peru to work specifically with women empowerment, a UN initiative, and this is our institutional commitment. That means that we can promote gender equality to be a fair company.
parte de un grupo con diners.
We are also part of a collaboration group in Peru with other brands.
En Banco Pichincha está...
Banco Pichincha is very much focused on SMEs. I'm really sorry his sound is gone. We are committed to sustainability, environmental sustainability, and people sustainability. And I would like to thank tgestiona, not just because of its work in facility management, but because they've been hand in hand with us, working and advancing in our principles, on our policy, trying to give us the security that we need, and highly committed. Thank you.
Hemos unido 6 países de 2 continentes. Fronteras para hacer realidad los sueños, allí donde se encuentren. Hemos acompañado el surgimiento de otras creaciones, otros colores, otras esperanzas. Hemos impulsado a crecer a nuestra gente y lo seguiremos haciendo sin importar dónde estén o a dónde quieran llegar, porque hoy es mucho más lo que nos une. Banco Pichincha.
Sí, perdona. En el Perú, de hecho...
In Peru, the facility management models have evolved, and the challenge today is in fact to include sustainability in our services. We are a company that is committed to make this discipline more professional, and therefore we are responsibly trying to include sustainability and technology in the services that we provide our clients. And thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.